Now hello and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be running through my final draft and team selection ahead of game week 1 for UCL Fantasy. Obviously I did my team selection and I have made a few changes to that, so I wanted to put it in video form, give you guys obviously the full breakdown of my picks and why I've selected them, go through my chip strategy, run through the projected data as well for the next few weeks as well to try and give you guys the best start in this game. Obviously I'm going to be live a little bit later today around 2 o'clock, so if you do want to get your team rated by me, ask me any questions, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button on with bell notifications on as well, so you will be notified when I do go live later for the UCL deadline stream. Obviously I ran through this in my team selection, but let's quickly run through it again. It is going to be my chip strategy for the upcoming season. We're basically going to treat game week 1 as a free hit. There's lots of great teams with lots of great high projected goals and clean sheet numbers. I'm looking at the likes of Sporting. I'm looking at the likes of Benfica. These are teams where realistically I don't want to own them long term, but with their great fixtures, both of them, at Karabag and is it Karab Almaty at home, I want a slice of that pie. Like, there's going to be plenty of goals, there's going to be clean sheets, there's going to be a lot of players scoring exceptionally well in that. But I don't want these players past game week 1. So the best way I thought to do that was to, basically treat game week 1 as a free hit. Then of course we're going to wildcard in game week 2. It gives us a little bit more time as well to get injury updates on the likes of Yamal and Dembele, two players who will be very, very good across this group stage as well. If they're back and available for match day 2 and beyond, we're going to be in a great position because we can easily get them and not have to use any transfers on them as well. The week that I've identified with my limitless chip is going to be match day 5. There's just a lot of the top teams facing off against each other and a lot that I want to have for the remaining group stage games as well, and I don't really want to transfer them out, so I thought the best strategy there would be to play the limitless chip, kind of avoid those difficult fixtures, take a look at, again, some more 1 week punts, have a little bit of fun with match day 5. Also, match day 6 is also one of the potential options that we could go for. There's also match day 8 as well that I potentially could look at with the limitless chip. So the limitless chip is a little bit more flexible. Obviously, we'll see what position teams are in when we get to that latter stage of the tournament before, of course, making my final decision on this one. Let's move on then. We do have some data. Again, I ran through this in the team selection video, but I'm going to run through it again. It is the clean sheet odds and the projected goal numbers from FPL Sharden, I believe it's pronounced, or Shaden. Again, apologies, I'll learn the name. Yeah, he's created some absolutely amazing work, as you can see here. There's plenty more as well available over on his Patreon. Plenty of other numbers. There's a predicted points tool as well that is all available on his Patreon. So I'm going to leave a link to that in the description if you want to go and check it out. Obviously, take a look at what players are predicted to do well. Obviously, look at all these key cool data sets as well. If you're a little bit of a kind of maths nerd like myself, they're really useful, really helpful, especially for when planning as well. So like I said, with us and match day 1, we're just going to focus on that because that is pretty much, we're treating it as a free hit. So starting off with the clean sheet perspectives, obviously Sporting, great team that I want to be targeting there. Olympiacos, Benfica with a 60% probability as well. Arsenal 42, Liverpool 42 as well. So these are probably going to be the teams where we are looking to bank quite heavy on as well. And the bookmakers have very, very similar kind of numbers to what has been provided here as well. So they're going to be pretty much it for match day 1. They're going to be the few kind of defences that we are going to target as well. I've just noticed PSG as well, 46% chance. We've got a few PSG defenders within our final draft as well. So they're going to be the sides I want to target for game week 1. Obviously, when we wildcard in game week 2, we'll get this graph back out and we'll be looking at the teams, of course, with better long-term projections and probably looking to dodge either 5 or 6 when we come up with a limitless strategy. Let's head on then to the projected goal numbers. Again, we're just going to focus on match day 1. That is just all we need to do right now. Of course, when we wildcard in 2, we'll look a little bit further. But for match day 1, as you can see, Sporting, it is one of the best numbers. There's only 2 other numbers that are higher. Inter in match day 4 and Arsenal in match day 8. Other than that, Sporting have the 3rd highest projected goals across the group stage according to this data set. So I think we've got to be targeting Sporting attackers for me personally. I'm going with the double up in my draft. I've seen some people go with a triple up as well who are on similar strategies to myself. I'm all for it. I think that is honestly the way and the approach to go with this this strategy. Benfica as well, we saw they had decent clean sheet odds. They've also got great projected goal odds as well, 2.54. So obviously we're going to be looking at the likes of Pavlidis for this week. Real Madrid is still a pretty decent bet. So Vinicius, Artagula, obviously Kylian Mbappe, going to be very, very popular picks for match day one. PSG with some decent numbers as well. Obviously, they've got a few injuries kind of within the key attacking areas. So I think Vitinha and maybe Bradley Barcola are probably the standout picks right now as well. We've also got some other decent teams with decent projected goal numbers as well. PSV, Eintracht Frankfurt, Olympiacos, obviously Inter, Liverpool, City, Barca, you know, all these other teams as well that we potentially could be focusing on for match day one. Like I said, if you want to go and check that out, I'm going to leave a link in the description to the Patreon where you can go and check all this stuff out for yourself. Like I said, there is like, you know, a great projected points model tool as well. So there's plenty to go and have a look at there. If, of course, like I said, you're a bit of a data nerd like myself and you love looking at future projections, it's a great tool. I highly recommend you go and check it out. Now let's head into my team selection. Now, if you have just skipped ahead to the team selection bit and you don't know what my chip strategy is and you think my team looks a little bit weird, well, let me run you through what we are actually planning on doing. We are going to basically treat game week one as a free hit and we're going to wild card out of it. So we've used the models from FPL Chardon and all we're going to do is we're going to basically focus on the best teams for game week one with the best players. That's it. Simple. Done. Let's dive straight into the goalkeeper picks then. We've gone for Raya and we've gone for the Olympiacos goalkeeper. Originally in my team selection, I did have the Benfica goalkeeper. However, I was looking at their two centre-backs. I think they're going to get quite a few recoveries and also could be decent threats from set pieces. So I've kind of just gone for Raya. We've also got Olympiacos who have a great opportunity of getting some clean sheets as well. So I think either way, we're probably going to be in a decent position with our goalkeeper selection. So I'm not too worried about that one. Of course, it is the lowest score kind of point scoring position as well. So if you are thinking about going for potentially a Benfica or a Sporting goalkeeper, I would recommend looking at other teams and using their outfield players first before, of course, resorting to the goalkeeper. Like I said, it's just one of those limited kind of upside positions. There's nothing else you're going to get out of it. Whereas I feel like the defenders and attackers in these fixtures have so much more upside than the goalkeepers as well. As you can see, heading into the back line, we have gone for the double PSG defence. We, of course, had Hakimi and Nuno Mendes. Neither of these guys have left. I think it's an absolutely great fixture. The bookmakers agree as well. Hakimi is just one of those guys that is just an absolute beast at this game. If you've ever played it, you know that that 6 million price tag is a joke. He is going to absolutely make a mockery of that 6 million price tag this season. Of course, if you played Club World Cup Fantasy as well, he was another one that was basically captaincy potential as well. That's how good this guy can be. Nuno Mendes as well in there. We've gone for that kind of double up of PSG. I think they're just going to start the season, the Champions League season, in a pretty decent state. As you can see, we've gone for the double Benfica defence as well. Going back to the Chardon model, they had really good projections for a clean sheet. I can't quite remember the numbers off my top of the head. I think the betting markets are around 57 or maybe even 60% chance of a clean sheet, which is really, really good. And that is, of course, why we've taken it. Both of these guys, of course, can pick up ball recoveries as well. And Otamendi can be quite a threat from a set piece as well. Scored quite a lot of goals last season for a centre-back. Finally, we've gone for a Sporting defender. Now, I have been umming and ahhing on this decision, and it still might be one that does change on the deadline. We've gone for an Inacio, I believe it's pronounced, from Sporting Lisbon. He's coming in at 4.5 million. Again, he's going to do quite well on the ball recoveries, but I am tempted to potentially look at going for triple Sporting attack, potentially adding another midfielder to the lineup, obviously just picking another defender with a side from a decent clean sheet opportunities, maybe another like Olympiacos defender, for example. The reason that I'm thinking that is, like I said, it is going back to that model. It's looking at the projected goal numbers for match day one, seeing that being so high, seeing the betting markets agree with that data as well. And I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking, why am I just picking a defender? Like, they're probably maybe upside's going to be like 6 to 8. Whereas why don't I pick an attacker and maybe get, you know, like potentially like a double-digit haul out of these attackers? Because I do think they're going to score plenty of goals. Looking on SpreadX at the moment, they're currently marked at like 23 to 1 to win this game. So why would I not want an attacker from that unit? You know what I mean? So I think for now it's going to remain the defender, but that is probably one of the decisions that could potentially change on the deadline stream. Like I said, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button with bell notifications on, so you will be notified when I do go online. Heading into the midfield then, we've got Salah, Vinicius Jr., Barcola, Chan Uzan and Pedro I think it's Gonzalez, potentially. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'll have a look in a second. But Salah's in there. Again, I don't feel overly optimistic on this one. The reason that I've selected him is he just gives me a good captaincy option for the second day. The betting markets are suggesting quite a favourable win for Liverpool as well. He is a penalty taker. I'm probably expecting him to play a full 90 minutes as well, but his Premier League form has been pretty dismal at the start of this campaign. So he, again, could be one of those casualties on deadline stream, potentially. Vinicius Jr. is in there. He's having a great start to the season, as are Real Madrid. They're scoring goals for fun at the moment. I want a slice of that pie. I think Marseille are around 8-1 to go and win that game, so why would I not go for the double up with Mbappe for attack? Just makes complete sense to me as well. We're going to get them probably in for next week anyway, and then probably look to take them out. Bradley Barcola, again, feels like one he could change on the deadline stream. I just want a little bit of the PSG kind of attack coverage. Their numbers weren't great. It was like 2.15, but it is PSG. They know how to score goals. They're a very, very good attack. My concern is, though, how are the injuries going to impact it? Obviously, no Dembele. Kvaratskhelia is apparently injured. Desiree Doué's out as well. So Barcola is probably going to start. But I am looking at it and I'm thinking, do I, again, maybe just swap him out and go for that triple Sporting attack? That is currently what is running through my mind. And again, one that potentially might change. Now, if you don't know who Chan Uzan is, good. Because he's currently 0% owned. And he's going to be my ultimate differential for this game week. Go and watch his highlights for Frankfurt at the start of this season. My goodness gracious me, this guy knows how to score some great goals. And Frankfurt as well at the moment are just blowing teams away. I know they lost at the weekend. Grimaldo scored 2 excellent free kicks. But my oh my, they've started the season well and they're scoring a lot of goals. And that is a slice of the pie I want. Now, they weren't one of the best teams for projected goals. There were some better teams in there. But I just think with the way that this guy started the season, the form that he's in, we see it so many times where like a young player breaks onto the European scene. And I think this could be the man. I genuinely think this could be the man. So, yeah, we've gone with him. Then finally, we've gone with I'm just going to call him Pedro for now till I get his name up in a second. Again, I just want some Sporting coverage. He's got 3 goals, 1 assist at the start of this season as well. I'm expecting, plenty of goals in that Sporting game. And if it really comes down to it, he could be our final captaincy option as well. Let's finish up then. Let's take a look at my 3 attackers. We've gone for Kylian Mbappe. He's going to be our captain for the first day. Then we've gone for Luis Suarez, penalty taker for Sporting, plays 90 minutes, scoring plenty of goals as well at the moment. Obviously, they're kind of Gyökeres replacement for this season. And then finally, it is going to be Pavlidis. Again, we saw Benfica on the model featuring very, very highly for those projected goals. Pavlidis, the penalty taker, if you watched any of the Champions League as well last season, you know what this man is all about. The reason as well that I've gone with this strategy, because I'm going to probably get a lot of questions, is I'm just looking at it and I'm just seeing so many good picks that are so low owned. For example, Pedro here, 3%. Absolute ridiculous. 2%. Suarez, 3%. Like, these guys are genuinely going to absolutely smash it out the park. Like, it's such a one-sided fixture, and we could be having players that could easily score double digits, and they're only about 3% owned. I really think people need to, obviously, like I said, take full advantage of this. Go triple Benfica, go triple Sporting, especially if you're on this strategy and you've only got like 2. I would honestly reevaluate your side. I'd be looking at it and be like, look, guys, get some more players in there and really target them. That is probably going to be my side. Like I said, there's probably a few players that I'm still umming and ahhing on. Of course, the deadline stream, we will iron out any final decisions. Any questions as well you've got about your team, get them in the comments as we'll try to answer as many as we possibly can. But thank you for watching today, ladies and gentlemen, and good luck in Matchday 1.